I'm Willem and this is a 2012 Audi R8 and today I'm going to review it. I'm going to start off by talking about the exterior of the car, have a look at the interior and then take it for a drive. If you like my videos, please subscribe to this channel and like this video and also drop a comment. So the reason why I'm shooting from the inside of the car is because the wind and the weather is absolutely terrible in Cape Town today, and I think my camera equipment is going to blow away if I try and shoot outside. So I hope you enjoy the video from the inside of the car. So the Audi R8 was introduced in 2006 as Audi's first supercar. Audi never really made supercars before this. They started with the Audi RS4 and the Audi RS6, which is more sports car orientated, but this was Audi's first attempt at a supercar, and I think it's a pretty good one. The first Audi R8 that was released was a 4.2 litre V8 engine, and that was the same engine that was actually in the RS4, and they put out around 430 brake horsepower. This car, however, is the 5.2 litre V10 naturally aspirated engine, which is straight from a Lamborghini Gallardo, and this makes around 518 brake horsepower. So the first thing you'll notice when looking at this car is see that it's orange. This color is actually called burnt orange and was done by Audi themselves aftermarket, and it's a wrap the owner put on the car. The standard car's color is black, which some people might prefer, but the orange look is definitely something that stands out, even though it might look a little bit like Donald Trump's face. So what you'll also notice on this car are these panels on the side. These panels are called side blades by Audi. I think it was a little bit of a marketing gimmick or something to show off that it's actually a supercar, not a sports car. And I think I quite like them. These are done in carbon fiber. This car is filled with carbon fiber and aluminium and stuff to make it as light as possible. And I think these side blades, as Audi calls them, in carbon fiber looks quite cool. Also on the side of the car, close to the back tires, you'll find these air intakes next to the side blades, which I think look pretty cool, and the fact that they're real just makes them even cooler. You'll also note this trend of blades around the car. At the front you'll see these cuts in the front bumper, which looks quite cool and aggressive, and at the back you'll also see the blade trend continues around the car. When looking at the R8's headlamps, you'll notice that they have daytime running strips. The Audi R8 was actually the first car ever to have daytime running LED headlamps, and I think that's a pretty cool thing. When looking at the car, you'll notice it's got a mid-mounted engine, which is really something that differentiates a supercar from a normal sports car, I think. And it looks really, really cool. Audi decided to put a glass cover over it so you can actually look at this massive engine. It is a Lamborghini engine after all, so why not? When this car came out, a glass engine bay cover was something really reserved for Ferraris, Maseratis, the McLarens and stuff. So having this done in an Audi, they really wanted to make a statement, and I think they did. So while we're talking about this massive 5.2 litre V10 engine, let's listen to the exhaust note. So looking at the interior of the Audi R8, the first thing you'll notice that it doesn't really feel like a supercar inside. It's really cool and it's really driver focused. You'll see everything pointed towards the driver, but it's sort of bland in here and might feel like an Audi RS model, not really a supercar. You'll also notice that there's a lot of black colors in the interior, which I don't really mind. I think it looks quite nice, but it being a supercar, you'd have liked to see like some accents of a different color, maybe some Alcantara somewhere or some carbon fiber, but this is quite plain actually, but it doesn't bother me too much. When looking at the steering wheel, the first thing you'll notice is it's flat bottom. This is obviously because there's not a lot of space in the car, and I really quite like the feel and the look of the flat bottom steering wheel as well. You'll see this in a lot of Audis nowadays, especially in the RS models too. Then when looking at the steering wheel, you'll notice these two paddles. They actually feel quite a little bit plasticky when you touch them, even though they look silver. I don't think they're real aluminium. I think they're made out of plastic, and I think Audi could have done a better job seeing that this is a supercar and you're paying quite a lot of money. Then you'll notice the instrument panel, which is very standard and looks quite cool. It says R8 on the speedometer and V10 by the rev counter, and it goes up all the way to 8,000 RPMs before you hit the red line. You'll also notice this car's speedometer go all the way up to 350 kilometers per hour, which is pretty cool. Then looking at the center console of the car, you'll notice this little screen here. The screen is quite old. It's not touch screen yet. It's the standard Audi screen you saw on most of them and used in most of their models as well. And it's got this little button which hides away the screen, and it reveals like a little slot for your SD card or a DVD. And then when you press the button again, it goes away. I think that's pretty cool. So looking at the practicality of the Audi R8, it's quite a practical car. There's a lot of places to hold your things. I've seen a lot of supercars with almost zero space, no cup holders or anything. This has two cup holders. It's got quite a decent glove box. It's got a little storage area at the back here as well. It's got this little storage area in the middle here by your arm as well, so you can put some things. It's even got a little aux jack so you can listen to your music from your iPhone or your iPod or whatever. These seats are also really nice and comfortable. You can feel that it's more comfort orientated car, and for someone who wants to daily drive this car, I don't think it's really meant for someone who's going to take it on the track every day and stuff, which is quite cool if you're someone who wants a supercar but also wants to drive it a lot. One thing you will notice, however, is where the paddles are, that's quite a very narrow space. You can feel that it's really a driver focused car. I mean, I can put my 2 feet next to each other, but there's not really any more space on the right here. Driving the 2012 Audi R8 V10, this car feels absolutely planted to the road. It feels like it's sitting with glue. I mean, today is a wet, rainy day, and this quattro 4-wheel drive system just works really well. I can... Woo! Jeez! It's just absolutely something else. So this car does 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in around 3.7 seconds and can do around 318 kilometers per hour. I mean, if that doesn't say supercar, I don't know what does. Also, that noise from the engine, you can hear that that is definitely from something like a Lamborghini. I mean, if you drop it down a gear, woo! At the time when this car came out, it didn't really have a lot of competitors. You had the McLaren MP4-12C and you had the Ferrari 458 in 2012, and they were pretty much the standards that was set for cars. This car was actually around R1 million less than those cars, so it actually more competed with something like the Porsche 911 Turbo of the time. One thing you will notice when driving this car is that how easy it is to live with for daily drive. I mean, I've been driving this for a while now, and it's really easy to navigate, easy to turn in. The ride is a little bit harsher than a standard car, but when driving this for a while, you'd even think that you're driving a normal sedan car. Found a little piece of open road, so let's drop it down a gear. Woo! Jeez! Wow. Wow. That's actually a little bit scary. Wow. Jeez, this car is fast. You can pick one of these up for around R1 million nowadays, or just over R1 million second hand. And considering it's got a Lamborghini engine in it, I think this is a real bargain. The Lamborghini probably goes for around double the price. Another cool thing about this car is that it's an Audi. Considering it has Audi reliability, which isn't the best in the world, it's still a lot better than taking the car to a Lamborghini dealership or Ferrari dealership, where they'll charge you probably triple or quadruple what Audi will charge you for parts. To wrap it up, this car is an absolutely awesome car. I think the standard Audi R8 with a 4.2 litre V8 is still a really good car and a really awesome car to drive, but this V10 is definitely the one to get. It's a supercar with an Audi badge, and that's something quite extraordinary and I think really cool.